Lewis's snap, turns, play action, boots out to his right. Running to the corner, turns the corner, dives, got the pylon! Touchdown! Touchdown, Colorado! Brandon Lewis rolled out to his right, tucked it, and turned on the afterburners.
Well, the one thing we've learned about Brandon Lewis this season, as he grows up as a quarterback, he's got the ability to run, and that certainly was a phenomenal play. In fact, it's right in front of us, that corner of the end zone. He was able to get down there and touch the pylon. He had one earlier that got called back because he had stepped out of bounds, but that was a wonderful play by the young quarterback for the Buffaloes as they win 20-17 and knock off the Washington Huskies on Senior Day here at Folsom Field. Silent reporter Andy Lindahl, you had a pretty good view of that, didn't you?
I did, and you know what? What's fun to see from the sidelines is you see the maturity, the maturing process of some of these guys. Brandon Lewis showed great patience. I think he forces the ball out of bounds, maybe makes, for lack of a better term, a possibly spastic decision on that one a little bit earlier in the year. Instead, he put his foot in the ground, knew he could get to the corner, got outside, and then made a definitive dive to get to the pylon. And I really just think you see some of the growth that he's had this year. And again, the offense, it wasn't pretty, but that drive shows you they got it when they need it, and you'll take it when you're trying to build a program like that.
Take us now. We're up in the broadcast booth. Coach and I are, way up top there. You can't get a sense of things. You're down here on the sideline. As tough as that game was, and back and forth, and kind of the ebbing and flowing, take us to the sideline. What were you seeing down here from this group?
Well, the defense in particular really did a great job of trying to keep everybody in the game. I had mentioned at one time that Quinn Perry, during a timeout after the big turnover, went out and he said, "Let's go." You could see him, "Let's go, guys." He was in the middle. I thought it was Brandon Lewis showing me emotion that I hadn't seen. And then, when you get in closer, you realize, oh, it's Quinn Perry firing everybody up. Now, it wasn't a negative. I mean, there was a lot of shoulder slapping and whatever, but he was getting in some folks' faces, and he was really, really emotional. I think the Buffs probably need a guy offensively to play that role that Quinn did today. They went out there, look, they got it done. It was an even game, Mark. I think you could feel it up there. Yeah. Nobody ever got down because they were in it the entire time. Now, there was a lot of frustration. I thought you put it well at one point in the broadcast. You could feel the Buff fan frustration when they had to settle for the 3 points when they got it, turned the ball over inside the 5 there, at least Washington did, and they only got a field goal out of it. But the Buffs stayed with it. And you know what? We haven't seen them stay with it as regularly, I think, as we'd like to this year.
I had Gary talk about this in the first segment. You were down here watching him at field level. Carson Wells, I thought, was phenomenal. I mean, as good as he's played the last 2 years of his career, today was one of those days. When he's laying, on the couch when he's 45 years old, he can think back to this game and go, you know what? I gave everything I had on my senior day.
See, and it's fun. You and I are on the same brainwave, and that's bad for you.
Yeah.
As you were doing the segment with Coach, and we'll do a little inside baseball here, as you like to put it, I always wait for you to do this segment second. Well, this goalpost right over here, Carson Wells right there was sitting right by the goalpost, staring at the direction towards the student section in the famous Colorado. And for a penny for your thoughts, man. I could just tell he just wanted to take it in one more time, all by himself. And as you said, that moment on the couch, I think, was captured in long term with what he did right there. And you and I have done a lot of games together. I've never had a young man get so emotional about something like he did right there. Like, normally guys will tell you it hits him later. Yeah. It hit him the minute the whistle blew.
Well, when this thing was over, Andy grabbed Carson Wells in the field, and you could hear him choking out. But I think that's the one thing a lot of times we don't always fully appreciate. These young men come in here, they play here for 4 and 5 years. They come out here, the blood, the sweat, the tears, they leave out here. And when they walk off the last time, and football's not a game where you're going to go play in the City League someplace. When you're done playing, you're done playing. He'll have a chance at the next level, but there's a finality to it. Nice win for Colorado. They got a big game now next week, and obviously going to be a very steep hill to climb with Utah out there. But walking off here today, watching what this team has done, Oregon State, this one here today, the way this unit kind of grounded out and won as a team, that says something about what Carl's trying to build here.
Yeah, and I realize there's a lot of frustration with all the football in Colorado right now, every level when it comes to college and pro. But you know what? Since the bye, this team has fought. This is a young team. They did not quit on Carl. I think it's a testament to everybody that's been a part of this program.
Yeah, without question. Carl Durrell and the Buffaloes get the victory. Hard-fought victory. 20-17 was the final. That's our silent reporter, Andy Lindahl. Coming up next, we'll talk with the head coach, Carl Durrell, after the Buffs knock off the Huskies.